So if you
So
want to
let's
call the
open
meeting.
up the meeting.
All right, very good. Bring the meeting in order. 5 p.m. Begin with the reading of the Open Public Meetings Act statement on February 9th, 2024. Notice of this meeting was placed on the official Bellmawr Redevelopment Agency website and emailed to both the Carrier Post and Gloucester City News newspapers for publication. The official notice to clerk was emailed on February 9th, 2024, which included a request for posting of the notice to the official Borough Bellmawr website and bulletin board. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. Brings us to the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
The flag
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Liberty.
Brings us to a roll call. Chairman Frank Philippek.
Present.
Vice Chair Ray Bider.
Here.
Commissioner D'Angelo.
Here.
Commissioner Whitman.
Here.
Commissioner Patel. And Commissioner Simpson.
Here.
All right, Josh Tregear, Executive Director. I'm here. Mike McKenna, Agency Solicitor.
Present.
Dennis McNulty, Agency Engineer. Dennis, I see you, but I can't hear you. Could be muted or you have your volume down. All right, we'll wait for him to come back. Standard agenda for this evening. We will begin with the reading of the minutes from the previous meeting. That was a regular meeting, April 16th, 2024.
I make a motion we just approve the minutes.
All right, I have Chairman Philippek on the motion and Vice Chair Bider on the second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes have it. So communications, this month, of course, we received the resignation letter for Commissioner Kapados, which was effective, I think, around May 1st. You'll receive a copy of that. I know Mayor Sauter said, he's working on the appointment, and we'll await that. But in the meantime, Commissioner Kapados was there as a founding member at the beginning, so thank him for his service. In addition to that, we have the redevelopers report for May. Traffic engineers report for Q2 2024 is due by the end of the month, and Mark Roth, the traffic engineer, is already committed to providing that by in time. So for the next meeting. So that brings us to, commissioner reports. If anybody has anything, please say so. All right, I will move on to my report. Basically, just preparing for the audit for last year for audit 2023. Bowman plans on beginning the work in June, so just finished up getting all the documents over to them that they need from my end. In addition, professional service awards, still working to execute all contracts. They were approved last month at last meeting. So via the authorizing resolution last month, and public notice has been posted, and legal notice is in the papers are pending. Other than that, just working on performing an audit review of the website and making updates and edits where possible. Any questions for me before I turn it over to Mike for the solicitor's report? All right, Mike.
Thanks. Folks, I just, in seeing the agenda there, I thought I wanted to just mention something about the resignation of Mayor Kapados. Typically, I tell my municipal clients, those who were the appointing authority, to accept those resignations with gratitude. But in this case, since we were not the appointing authority, would it be appropriate to at least acknowledge his resignation with gratitude? We're going to continue to work, obviously, with the mayor on a whole host of issues, but Runnymede is still involved in this as a property owner, a potential participant by virtue of a potential billboard. So that'd be up. It's certainly up to you all. But normally I would tell you to accept it because you are the appointing authority. In this case, it's simply acknowledgement. It'd be up to you. If you want to move on with the agenda, that's fine too. I'll come back. You'll come back to that when you get to your business. I have, as of this afternoon, the redevelopers report. I know that the redevelopers council is busy, as are we all. And I do not want to take us into executive sessions unnecessarily, but suffice to say that council's legal team are hard at work on documentations that are required for the pilot that's mentioned herein. And your RDA council here, myself and Mr. Weinstein, are taking point on certain RDA amendments that are also mentioned here to effectuate changed circumstances and to update. You're well served by both of those legal teams. We're working hard, and we expect to have provided the redeveloper agrees with our paperwork and with Mr. Long and Jeff Winkowski. Let's just say Howard and Jeff's work. That work will be proceeded upon. I have to make a comment here on some of the bold updates, and I don't mean bold in the sense that they're aggressive, but simply that bold represents the updates. I stopped calling out the redevelopers council when they seem to be off of 100% accurate, because I don't want to do that. This is his report, not mine. Just understand that these are largely aspirational. It's the redeveloper's view of the world. So I don't get upset if he makes an inaccuracy. Some of you on council would be able to spot certain things that are inaccurate or maybe simply innocent mistakes. So I'm not worried about any of that, but there are a fair number of facets in progress at the same time, and those are accurately called out. It has to do with the pilot, which we are not at all involved with, but we know there is progress there. And it's likely that when I am able to speak with you next month about the RDA amendments, we'll touch upon a resolved pilot issue. On page 2, it is clear that the site plan application has been approved, but the planning board approval and the county approval differ in a significant single term that I was very, very careful as planning board solicitor to get. I noticed that term isn't repeated here, that we imposed, but the county imposition, which was softer than ours, is in here. Rest assured, I will make sure that ours governs, and so too with any other inaccuracy. Simply put, this is a summary of what's going on from the redeveloper's view, and not a historical record of where we stand. There's lots going on as you go to pages 3 with respect to the connector road, but there's a reference in here still to the fact that the municipality would be undertaking the connector road, and that quite simply is not a fact. It is not even any longer a bone of contention. So rest assured that these things, by being put in a report of how they see things standing, are not converting anything to facts. They don't trouble me in the least. I do have some issues that I want to follow up with the attorney on, but they don't bear calling out here. There's a lot going on in this report that demonstrates action by the redevelopers council. I'm not really sure how many guys it takes to keep all these balls in the air at the same time. I don't envy them their job, but it's the job they signed up for. So you'll see a lot about the traffic. They're working with the DOT on their process, but I understand there to be a undertaking by the redeveloper to take it on all on his own with no contribution from us at all. Various of us on the municipal teams are resolved to making sure that the town sees detailed plans on these roads. They were not approved in our site plan. It was there, but it wasn't engineered. And some of the amendments that we're looking at now call for full engineering to be reviewed by the town. So with that, largely accurate updates on really a wide variety of issues. I can give you updates, more details on updates from our perspective, but there's a lot going on right now, folks. And our big job right now is to get an RDA amendment in front of you all for the next meeting to keep the process going, because there's so much in front of us. And, you know, proceeding sequentially has its limits. So that's why Mr. Long and I are proceeding concurrently. That is, he's working on one path while I'm on the other. It's our hope that we'll get to the next stage simultaneously, because we've got DEFRA yet to go. We've got other issues yet to surmount. That is my report. I think I had one other issue I wanted to talk to you about. I guess you don't really have to announce, Josh, an exec session for the next meeting. You can simply schedule it. But if
Okay.
not, I would like you to go ahead and add it to the agenda, because Mr. Weinstein and I will undoubtedly make it so that we are ready to present. And we'll present in advance, I say this to all commissioners, the text. But these documents are fairly, I don't know, complex. And what's more important of giving the drafts to you in advance are getting explanations live to you all. Okay. So there it is. That's my
Very
report.
good. Any questions for Mike before we move into new business? All right, brings us to new business. Resolution number 05:024-24. Resolution of the Bellmawr Redevelopment Agency authorizing payment of outstanding bills.
I make a motion, we pay our bills.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Second.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Simpson. We'll do a roll call on this one. Chairman Frank Philippek,
Yes.
Vice Chair Bider,
Yes.
Commissioner D'Angelo,
Yes.
Commissioner Simpson.
Yes.
All right, resolution passes. Brings us into public portion. I don't see anybody on the line, but give it a little bit of a delay, 3 seconds, just in case. All right, well, that can bring us to an adjournment.
Wow.
I heard somebody, but it wasn't, I could not hear it.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Whitman.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any nays? Ayes have it. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Next meeting is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024.
All
And
right.
again, no meeting, no July meeting again.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
thanks, guys.
Everybody have a good weekend.
Good.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
Bye.